Good right hand, left hand, down goes.
Now what?
One of them can nail him a little bit, like Funmaker.
Just a side shot. Big ripping shots by Butterbean.
Transforming every calorie into raw, unbridled power, he became a true king of the boxing world.
Oh, right, he goes down.
Literally swallowing the punches of physically monsters, he proved that his body is the gold standard of athleticism. Eric Esch, better known as Butterbean, is an incredible phenomenon adored by millions of fans.
Good right hand by Butterbean. Clark trying to fight back. That's it. Clark is down.
And in this video, we're serving up the best fights of this 400-pound powerhouse. This is just boxing. Here we go. At the dawn of the 20th century, Esch came face to face with a tough challenge whose name was no diet. It was Jackie Beard. Beard had the height and reach advantage and thought he could easily mash the humble, chubby guy.
Jack Beard.
From the first seconds of the fight, Beard went forward, hitting projectiles at the huge target with ease.
Because it's a tough man fight. And Jackie Beard, point out they're using 16-ounce gloves.
After that, the cocky showboater felt his superiority and began to arrogantly bully the fat man.
Looking to load up that time. Beard says, no, you hit me on the shoulder.
Butterbean tried to answer the offender, but Beard, like a pendulum, dodged all the blows.
Because Bean just wants to punch it out.
At one point, the cocky dancer already believed in his victory in advance and began to dance, celebrating in advance.
This is the second round.
But Eric decided to stop this brazen disco. Filling his fuel tank with chocolate syrup between rounds only whetted his beastly appetite. And next, Butterbean, absorbing all of his opponent's punches like cheeseburgers, and sent Beard soaring into the stratosphere. Ash seemed to have practiced this move, for he often took beers from the top shelf.
Good shot. Boy, was it a good shot. Not tonight anyway.
In 1995, Butterbean was on a 9-win streak, which he ended effortlessly. Esch was collecting the scalps of his opponents like coupons from KFC. However, a real monster appeared on the horizon, who inspired fear with his incredibly athletic physique, Doug Norris. The nickname Dangerous warned our chubster that this fight wouldn't be an easy coffee break for him.
And that's for sure. He's a man who won how many tough man contests?
He won several regional tournaments and got to the...
The fight started, and Norris, realizing that his opponent has dinosaur hands, decided to keep Eric at a distance.
I think you got to worry about getting him into a folk hero because you announce so many of those.
He's trying to prove those people wrong.
Norris is landing the jab pretty well here in round one. In fact, he's landing it anytime he feels like it.
Still, in his desperate attempt to reach his opponent, Esch managed to serve Dangerous a couple of punches before his steroid-fueled machine went into a reckless exchange.
He still has that.
He's getting nailed, though, by Norris.
That's not his best strategy.
And I got to tell you, folks.
Not expecting such a surge of cholesterol, Norris dropped the knockout idea.
There's the punches around one. A man who was...
Apparently, Butterbean had a third dinner on the schedule, because by the second round he sent the bodybuilder to build his brain.
It hurt Doug Norris. I was joking, but that was the problem. Well, it's wild now, folks, and there goes Doug Norris!
Turning the dangerous into the harmless. In doing so, he once again proved that muscles alone don't win fights.
15 seconds of round number 2. The winner by knockout victory. His record now.
Butterbean did not want to limit his caloric potential, so in addition to boxing, he took part in mixed martial arts. Having accumulated in his record of 7 wins, the organizers put forward Eric's serious opposition in the person of James Thompson, who had already tamed fighters like Mariusz Pudzianowski and Bob Sapp.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a fight.
Hey, stop.
Oh, Sapp is tapping.
Prior to the fight, Thompson promised that he would finish it quickly.
Butterbean, I know you come a long way, so I'm going to do you a favour. I'm going to make it quick, clean and relatively painful. I just want you to sit back, close your eyes, think of McDonald's and it'll all be over.
The day of the fight came and the two fighters clashed in the centre of the cage. That night, Thompson kept his promise and swiftly ended the fight that had just begun.
There it is. There it is. Oh, that's...
However, it was he who ended up sitting back.
Butterbean has done it. Thompson still looking for the takedown. And in. Thompson shaking his head, Steve, going, you James Thompson early.
The next athlete to face the 400 pounds Dampling was Jonathan Whitfield, nicknamed the Bull. At the weigh-in, Whitfield tried to intimidate our hero with his sheer physical dominance, unaware that Butterbean's only real fears are an empty fridge and cardio workouts. The bell rang and the feast for the chubster began. Butterbean immediately set about taming the furious bull.
Stalking him. There's Butterbean now. Great uppercut. Will he survive this? Hey, you want to be famous? I called it. For this one. Joel Scott, rising young heavyweight.
And then, sending Whitfield out of the ring, Eric once again proved that extra weight in boxing is not a problem.
There, Butterbean, say he win his 20th against one defeat, going up a fighter.
The winner by technical knockout, Butterbean!
One of the busiest men in boxing.
Pat Jackson is an incredible mountain of muscles who couldn't stand the cockiness of those who mocked real athletes, so he stepped in to teach Butterbean a lesson. The McDonald's regulars record by then was 13 wins without a single loss. So Jackson, in order to show the positive results of his daily workouts in the gym, had to strip Butterbean of his pristine record. The fight began, and Esch pounced on the big carcass of meat like a hungry predator. Butterbean tried to swing like a pendulum, but with his size he ended up resembling a wrecking ball. Jackson, however, held back Butterbean's breakthrough with his jabs, and even nearly put holes in a walking beer keg.
He tries to get to Butterbean with the jab. Now he says he's working on that a little bit.
To go down and maybe not to fight too much.
But Esch, entering the battle flow, blindly went forward, destroying everything in his path,
Butterbean, that's McCutty.
which got even the referee.
Might be one of the most dramatic shots he walked into. Boy, that's combat.
Seeing such a powerful knockout, Jackson was frightened and refused to continue the fight. This night, Butterbean won a double victory and, well, earned himself a double Big Mac.
Down goes Lindecker. We're on the chin. All but over. Bean. Target practice.
By the end of the 20th century, Butterbean turned his record of only 42 victories. But this meathead wasn't about to stop there.
Good right hand, left hand. Down goes Jagan. Hits his head hard. Fight is over.
The next goal for Esch was the title of the Meanest Man contest, on the way to which stood Kevin Talon. Before the start of the fight, Butterbean directed his hungry gaze at the victim, and after the gong, immediately rushed to Hunt.
Inactive after having turned pony against Talon. Talon with some counterpunching of his own. Butterbean missing with the right hand, scoring with the left.
Hobbling Talon's legs, the self-proclaimed king of 4 rounds raced to finish the fight.
Being comfortably in control in this 4-round bout as he continues to pound the overmatched Talon.
However, Talon, showing incredible stamina, after each fall he got up and made the audience doubt Esch's victory.
Ordinary guys, and when he fought a guy who was just even close to a journeyman.
At one point it looked like Butterbean was fighting against Evil Dead. Continuing to pound on his opponent, the cholesterol-fueled Homelander decided to end the suffering of his compatriot, and pinning Talon to the ropes, brutally ended the bout.
Butterbean is a little more exciting though when the opponent in front of him can nail him a little bit, like Funmaker, but Talon just can't.
In 1999, after the fight with Russell Chastain, where Butterbean had a one-way fight, the organizers needed to find a bigger fish for the king of 4 rounds. Then Peter McNeely volunteered to fight to be the first to send Esch to the other side of the ring and stop the insatiable boar. At that point, McNeely had a record of 45 wins, 34 of which were finishes.
Williams got up, but then this is all from the first round. Went down again, and this is it. First round knockout for McNeely.
The outcome of this fight depended on whether Butterbean was ready to step up to the next level. The fight started, and both fighters immediately decided to trade punches. Then Butterbean unleashed a pendulum-like assault that was executed to perfection. However, McNeely managed to stop those swings. Apparently, Butterbean mistook McNeely for McDonald's and recklessly rushed on the attack, devouring his opponent and his punches. After intoxicating his opponent with ruthless attacks, Butterbean brutally finished McNeely, thus proving that he is ready to perform against even the most dangerous heavyweights. At the beginning of the 21st century, Esch faced a true bruiser named Marcus Rode, who had 24 finishes in his portfolio. Rode was the perfect candidate to dethrone the king of 4 rounds. The gong sounded, and Rode set about burning all the fat off the chubby guy.
Big red hand by Marcus 4 rounders. Well, all I know is when people get to move.
Their fight was like a bullfight, where Rode wore red shorts instead of a red cape, and like a matador began to dodge all the lunges of the enraged bull. For 2 rounds, the dangerous performance did not stop.
You gave the first round to Rome.
But Rode, who imposed a high tempo of the fight, did not even imagine that he himself would be the first to tire. After all, Butterbean, despite his appearance, literally exhausted his opponent. And then finally cooked Rode.
3 rounds combined. Only 16 punches. A winner again.
Here comes Butterbean in. Good right hand, left hand, down goes Dragon.
Oh, right, he goes down.
It might be one of the most dramatic shots you walked into. Boy, that's
In this video, we've shown you the best fights featuring America's super heavyweights.
Well, it's wild now, folks, and there goes Doug Norris.
Butterbean is a true boxing legend who deserves a spot in the Hall of Fame.
Thompson shaking his head, Steve, going, you've got
So, what do you think this chubster could do if he were 100 pounds lighter? Share your opinion in the comments. This is Just Boxing. See you soon.